Congressman Alcee Hastings, whose life was marked by perseverance, calamity and a comeback, has died. He was 84. Hastings crusaded against racial injustice as a civil rights lawyer, became a federal judge who was impeached and removed from office, and went on to win 15 congressional elections, becoming Florida's senior member of Congress. In late 2018, Hastings was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. For much of the ensuing 2 years, he continued public appearances between medical treatments, but more recently he hadn't been in public. In recent days, he had been in hospice care. Alcee was a fighter, and he fought this terrible disease longer than most. He faced it fearlessly, and at times even made fun of it, said Broward County Commissioner Dale Holness. The Democratic congressman was a singular figure in South Florida politics. He repeatedly broke barriers and made history, not always positively. Congressman Ted Deutsch, another South Florida Democrat, described Hastings at a 2019 luncheon in his colleague's honor as someone who can stand up to a bully, who can represent people whose voices need to be heard, who's unafraid to say what needs to be said. Howard Finkelstein, the retired 4-term Broward County public defender, lauded Hastings as one of the greatest men who has ever lived in Broward County. As a newly licensed young lawyer, Hastings moved to Fort Lauderdale, where he partnered with W. George Allen starting in 1964. Broward was not a welcoming place for a young black man in the early 1960s. When he arrived to join Allen's firm, a motel wouldn't rent him a room. During much of the 60s and 70s, Hastings has said, there were parts of the county where it wasn't safe for black people. The many civil rights cases filed by Hastings and Allen, who died in 2019, included lawsuits against a restaurant popular with other lawyers and judges, which wouldn't serve them because they were black, and desegregating Broward County schools. Speaking at a national gathering of black elected officials at the Western Fort Lauderdale Beach Resort on the 50th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, Hastings recalled what it was like when he came to the community. "I couldn't go to that beach that you all see now," he said. In the early days of his career, the justice system in which Hastings practiced was dominated by racists, Finkelstein said at the 2019 luncheon honoring him. Hastings was a howling voice attempting to change Broward from a little cracker town that was racist and mean and vicious. Eager for attention for himself, his law practice, and the cause, Hastings made several unsuccessful runs for public office, most notably a candidacy for the 1970 Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. It wasn't a race the 29-year-old expected to win. Rather, it was a campaign to show people of all races that a black candidate could run for such an important job. It also brought him death threats. In 1977, then Gov.